Why did you become a recording artist?
I mean, I couldn't even answer that. It was just like what was in me since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to do music. I loved music. So I just did that, you know.
How young did it start for you? Do you remember what age or what grade maybe?
I was probably like around 8 years old when I first started wanting to do music.
And how did you learn? Did someone teach you?
No, nobody didn't teach me. That's why I say it was just like natural. It was just something I always felt and had an ear for and wanted to do it.
Any musical influences for you when you were growing up? When you started that young maybe?
Akon, Lil Wayne, Joel Santana, 50 Cent.
What drew you to these artists?
Lil Wayne was like more the auto-tune type, just like Akon had that high-pitched voice, auto-tune type. Joel, 50 talked about the gangster shit, you know what I'm saying? Joel's was like talking about the gangster shit but putting it in multiple different ways, like it just sound raw as hell to me, so I just fucked with it, you know?
Have you had a chance to meet any of these people yet in person?
Nah, I ain't never met them in person yet.
If you had the chance, would you like to collaborate with any of those names you just mentioned?
Yeah, for sure, any day.
Which one the most out of all those names? Which one?
Probably Wayne, I ain't gonna lie. Wayne.
And what would a song with you and Wayne sound like?
Oh, it'll be hard, it'll be dope. You know, Wayne got the, like that real auto-tune voice like that. You know what I'm saying? I go real high. So, you know what I'm saying? Both of them mixes together, it'll sound crazy.
Would you want to cook something up from scratch, or is there something on your hard drive right now you have that would be perfect for him?
No, we have to cook up from scratch. I gotta feel his vibe, he gotta feel my vibe, you know? And we're gonna take it from there.
And what would you, just curious, what would you want from Wayne? Would you want a verse from him? Would you want a hook from him? Would you want to go back and forth with him on a verse maybe?
I can't really say, you feel me? Like I say, we just gotta feel that vibe. If we come up with some bars or a verse or whatever we come up with, whatever fit, that's what we're gonna put right there. You know what I'm saying? I can't say, oh, I just want a hook from him, or I just want a verse from him. You know what I'm saying?
Now, recently you had signed to Warner Brothers.
I don't know about all that.
You don't?
Nah, I don't know about all that.
Okay, well, how many years would you say you've been perfecting your craft for at this point?
Man, since I was a shorty, like 8, 9 years old, like for real.
Taking it serious, though.
Taking it serious?
Yeah.
I mean, I've always took music serious, but it was just like the street life getting into what I had going on, so it was like I couldn't really focus on just music because I had a lot of other stuff going on, you feel me? So like, I'd say probably, I don't know, shit, about the last 2 years.
In these last 2 years, have you ever felt like quitting?
No, I ain't never felt like quitting. Because no matter if I didn't get paid for music right now, I'd still be doing music. Like, it's just something that I love. It's something that I love to do. Like, any day, all day, you're going to hear me singing and rapping wherever I go.
Now, back then, 8 or 9, do you remember well, let me ask you this. Let me backtrack. Were you singing at first or rapping at first back at 8 or 9?
I was doing both.
Okay.
Like I say, Wayne really brought that, like, that auto-tune style, like, to life for me, you know, because I hear Wayne and then I'd be like, how the fuck do he make his voice like that? Up in the studio, man, my drink. You know what I'm saying? It was just his regular voice. Like, it was like so crazy to me. So I'm like, I gotta learn how to do that. And then I just be walking around the house trying to do that. My voice didn't sound like his. Like, over the years, I just grew into that shit. Like, motherfucker, like, damn, boy, how you sound like that? You sound like how you sound when you on a song. Like, you already got auto-tune in your voice, you know?
Do you remember, though, around 8 or 9, what you were first rapping about or singing about back then? At that age?
Hell no, my cousin was writing a lot of raps for me around 8 or 9. My cousin Solo Bolo, you know what I'm saying? But like, after that, I started learning how to rap and write on my own. And it was just whatever that come to mind. I didn't really care. I didn't have a story at the time. I was still young.
Now, curious, when he was writing for you back then at 8 or 9, is it something he sees you getting into rap music and he tries to help you out? Or is it something you ask him for help?
For sure. I asked him for help all the time. You know, he was an artist himself, you know what I'm saying? Like, real, he spit real bars, metaphors and shit like that. So, like, I'd be here, I'd be like, ooh, that's raw as hell, ooh, that's raw as hell. Let me get that rapper, or write something for me. And then it got to the point where the raps was just too serious, and I go around people and rap them, they be like, oh, that ain't yours, or that ain't you, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still rapping, I'm confident that it's mine, you know?
Is he still rapping and making music today?
Yeah, he's still rapping and making music today. For sure, for sure. He got something on the way. He just put something out, and he got something on the way. You're gonna be hearing from him real soon.
Does he still help you with any lyrics today?
No, not today. You know what I'm saying? I done leveled up. I done really surpassed all those moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm older now. I done been through a lot over the years. Like, my whole life been crazy. So I got stuff to rap about. Like I said, back then when I was young, I didn't have nothing to rap about. I was young. I haven't been through nothing. I ain't experienced shit yet. So, you know.
Now,
I was just saying anything.
Oh.
Back then.
Now, when you're in the recording studio, top 3 things you need in the studio.
I need some food. First off, I need my motherfucking Remy or my bottle of Henny.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I drink, dog liquor, no light. Yeah, I need some food, and I need my jewel. Where my fucking jewel at anyway? I think I left my shit in the car. Yeah, I need my jewel on me at all times. Just keep me going.
What kind of food?
Usually it'll be like pizza and wings. I love pepperoni pizza and hot wings, you know what I'm saying? So I'll order that shit. Or whatever else the guys want, you know?
Certain brand or restaurant?
No, I don't have a certain brand or restaurant.
How do you like your...
It depends on where I'm at. I'm gonna ask you, like, what's good out here to eat? Or where can I go for this or that? You know what I'm saying? Just go off that.
How do you like your wings cooked? How do you like, what flavor?
Hot, you know what I'm saying? Well done. Hot buffalo wings. I don't like regular wings no more. If I do, I gotta put hot sauce on it.
Flats, drums?
No flats, no drums. I hate them.
Now, when you're in the studio, what does liquor do for you exactly? What does the jewel do for you exactly?
Liquor, you know what I'm saying? It just get me in that mode. It just get me to bring out whatever I want to bring out. Like, it make me bold. It make me feel like Superman. I can say what I want to do what I want, you know what I'm saying? And that jewel just be there, you know what I'm saying, for the flavor. Just calm me down, you know? Just all get me in mode, studio mode to keep on working, you know what I'm saying?
Certain flavor with the jewel?
I really rock with blueberry on the jewel side.
And then you mentioned Remy, you mentioned Hennessy. Mm-hmm. How do you decide when you drink either?
It ain't no deciding. Just bring that shit. I drink both of them together. It don't matter.
Are you an alcoholic?
Hell no, I ain't no alcoholic. I drink when I want, how I want, but I ain't no alcoholic. Hell no. I can stop drinking at any day, at any point in time. Like, it don't matter.
Are you addicted to the jewel?
Man, hell yeah, I'm addicted to that motherfucker. But I can go days without it, you know what I'm saying? Because I buy so many jewels a week. I lose a jewel every day. I have to go buy another one. You know what I'm saying? So I can go days without it. It's just something I like to do. Something, you know?
Are there ever times you're in the studio and you don't use a jewel and you don't use liquor?
It been times that it been like that. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying? I like it in there, so that's what I'm going to get.
Can you tell a difference in the music when you don't use it versus when you do? Either of the two?
There ain't no difference. I'm telling you, there ain't no difference. You know what I'm saying? It's just I like this shit.
When it comes to the studio, craziest studio story, if you have one.
Crazy studio story?
Yeah.
Like as far as what?
Has anything abnormal ever happened in the studio? Anything out of the norm?
Shit, the only thing I can think of is when I went to the studio. And there was a lot of bitches came, you know what I'm saying? We just partying and I never recorded. That's the only thing I can think of that happened in the studio. There don't really shit happen in the studio.
Ever had sex in the studio before?
On J Money, I had sex in the studio.
Was it that
Hey,
time?
look, I had an interview with Rolling Stone today, right? I told them, like, it got to a point where I got so focused on my music, it was like I was telling all the guys, come to the studio. All the bitches, come to the studio. Everything happened at the studio. I even started fucking in the studio, you know what I'm saying? Tell a bitch come to the studio, not fucking the studio shit. You know what I'm saying? I never left the studio type shit. I was just telling Rolling Stone this shit earlier. That's crazy because I asked me that. Yeah, I fucked in the studio multiple times.
Now, when a situation like that happens, is it when you're taking a break in the studio exactly, maybe from recording music?
Yep, it's probably like after I just did a song or two. I'm just chilling, listening to beats. Engineer walk out the room, motherfuckers just walking out the room, going to do their own thing. As soon as the whole studio empty, I just lock the door. And it's on.
And then after that's completed, are you done with the studio session, or do you proceed to continue?
There been times I've been done in the studio, go to sleep or some shit, and there been times that I continue. It just all depends on how I feel. Do I got the strength or not?
Now, what about this? I remember a time when Kanye West was working on an album, and he either went to a mountaintop in Wyoming for creative vibes, or he actually set up a studio and recorded there on a mountaintop in Wyoming, which is something I've never heard a rapper do before.
I mean, that was probably his vibe. That's what he felt was gonna make him come up with his best shit. You know what I'm saying? Different strokes for different folks. I can't say too much about that.
For you, what's the most unique location you've either gotten those creative vibes at or physically recorded?
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like the vibes just turn me up. Like, it depends on who I'm around, who I'm with. Like, if it's a lot of hoes in the studio and a lot of people in the studio, sometimes I might get like a little nervous or something like that and won't say certain shit or won't go as hard as I should go. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm by myself or there's less people in the studio, I go out my comfort zone, you know what I'm saying? And not make whatever and say whatever. Everything be his.
What's your recording process like these days? Are you writing, pen and pad on the phone?
Sometimes I still write, sometimes I just freestyle.
And punch in?
I've been freestyling and punching in lately, but I still write.
What did you first start out with, writing or
Writing
freestyle punching?
all day, every day, writing.
How'd you get into freestyle punching in? Were you inspired or was that just experimenting?
I don't know, it was just like, I'm getting in the studio. I be seeing a lot of other rappers and shit that be freestyling and shit. And then it was just like, I gotta learn how to freestyle. Cause back then, that's all we used to do, get in the circle and freestyle. And I never knew how to freestyle. So it just came to me like, damn, I need to learn how to freestyle. You know what I'm saying? And I tried that shit and I knew how to do it after all the years, you know what I'm saying, of rapping. And I just started doing it. And I just started getting better and better and better and better and better.
What's it like at this point, 50-50 or more one or the other when it comes to your music process?
If I write, I'm really dig into details and tell you really what's going on or whatever I'm writing or put down on that paper. But when I'm freestyle, I mean, you just gonna get certain parts of what's going on, you feel me? It ain't never like writing.
Now, just curious, in your catalog so far, thinking in your catalog and your most popular songs, right?
Right.
Right now, at this point, your most popular songs, have they been from the freestyle punching in method that you notice or the writing method that you notice? Just
my real hits been from the writing. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I give you more details. I let you know what's going on from here to here to there to there to there. know what I'm saying, from beginning to end.
How honest are these lyrics?
Say that what?
How honest are these lyrics?
Oh, 100% honest. I don't lie in no song that I make. I always tell the truth. Like I say, you can't lie in a story. You feel me? I know what I've been through, so I am a lie. I can't. It's impossible.
You record inside the microphone booth these days or outside of it?
I record inside. I just recorded outside probably like a week ago. I ain't like it though.
What didn't you like about it?
Huh?
What didn't you like about it?
I don't know how it was sounding. Maybe it was too much air or too much talking. I don't know. I just didn't like the shit. I ain't like how my voice sounded. It's too open for me, I guess.
You record sitting down or standing up?
I record standing up. I record sitting down in the booth. It all depends on how I'm feeling.
50-50 or more so?
50-50.
When you do sit down or you do stand up, how do you decide? Is it the type of the song or the type of energy or?
Nah, shit, sometimes I'll be drunk and I'll just sit down and be like, all right, come on, pull the mic up and do it like this. And sometimes I'll be tired. If I come in the studio late, I already was tired, sit down, record.
Notice a difference in your voice?
Huh?
Do you notice a difference in your voice doing either?
Nah, hell no, it's still the same.
From start to finish, what's the average length of time you spend on creating a song these days? How long does it take you? Average.
It all depends, because I don't care if a song take me 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? That's what it took. Shit, it's going to come out the best. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how long a song take me, but shit, I be spending probably like 30 to 40 minutes on a song, just recording-wise. But you got to give it to me like, is you talking about like writing?
From start to
or
finish,
freestyling?
yeah. Well, from start to finish, you starting a brand new song and completing.
Me starting a brand new song, freestyling, I'm gonna probably take like 30 minutes. Me starting a brand new song, writing, and I'm really trying to talk about something digging deep, probably an hour.
Now, what happens when you get this, and I'm going to use this term loosely because you do both freestyle and writing, but that phrase called writer's block, when you're stuck on an idea, you're stuck in a point of the song.
Hey,
you
I
can't
get
finish.
that all the time though. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I be getting writer's block all the time, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
How do you cope with it?
I just go back and be like, damn. I mix some shit up. What happened this day or what happened that day? And throw that shit in there. You know what I'm saying? It's all gonna go with what I'm talking about.
What's the longest you worked on a song? You start it, you put it down because writer's block, and then you finish it at some other point in time.
Days. Cause I start on it, leave it in my notes, don't come back to it for 2-3 days. Or I come back to it an hour, it'd be different time, it'd be different. You know what I'm saying?
What's the longest?
But the longest probably it was like 2-3 days, for sure.
Now, when it comes to you writing, and I don't know if you're physically writing with a pen or you're
I
writing
be writing
in your
on
phone.
my phone.
Okay, you're writing in your phone. Have you ever lost lyrics on your phone?
Yeah, I lost lyrics. By deleting it and not knowing, pressing shit on my phone and not even knowing, but deleting it.
How do you cope with that when that arises?
I don't get mad, I don't get angry. I'm gonna think of it again and come up with something new.
Never been discouraging enough where you're like, you quit?
Nah, I can't do it. I can't do it at all.
When it comes to making some of these songs, have you ever gotten emotional?
Yeah, sometimes some of my songs give me the chills because it be so real and so true. Be like, damn, I really went through this. I really went through that. You know what I'm saying? So I be in my feelings sometimes, but it's a song. You know what I'm saying? We got past those bad times. Hopefully we don't gotta get through no more.
Ever shed a tear creating some of these songs?
No, I don't think I said it too.
You did get chills sometimes, but did a song ever become too much where you couldn't finish it? Too emotional, you just couldn't?
Nah, I love that shit. That's the strive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that shit though. Like, we're like writing down a song or making a song where I go deep into what's going on in my life and my struggle. Like, I love doing that shit because that's what people want to hear. I be telling other people's stories sometimes.
Now, when it comes to beats, right? Do you prefer a producer that comes and cooks something up from scratch for you, or are you the type that you just go through a folder of beats?
I just be going through folders of beats. I have beat mans come pull up on me here and there. But I don't be having time to wait on them to come. So I just get up in there and just go off whatever beat I got.
When it comes to beats, have you ever passed on a beat and
Yeah.
found out that it became a bigger song for somebody else at some other point?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Care to share what beat you passed up on?
I passed up on a few beats. I ain't gonna say no names or nothing like that, but I passed on a few beats, you know what I'm saying, that became big songs, you know what I'm saying?
When you hear a song that becomes big, that you had the beat at one point, what goes through your head?
Damn, that was my beat. I'd have killed that bitch. Oh no. You hear me? But shit, salute to him. He did his thing.
Risk versus reward. What's the biggest risk you took for your music career so far?
The biggest risk?
Yeah. And you've been in it since 8, 9 years old, taking it seriously for the last 2 years. Biggest risk you took for your music career so far?
What can I think of? Biggest risk?
Take your time.
I can't even think off the top of my head right now.
Too many risks or not enough risks to think of?
Like risk in what way? Explain to me.
I mean, I've heard all kinds of things. I've heard people risk, their life doing certain things to make money to support their music career. I've heard people...
that, of course. Like,
people betting
what?
it all
I done
on
robbed every fucking cameraman in Chicago. Like, real shit. I used to rob cameramans, like, all the time, you feel me? To get my personal cameraman the best camera to shoot the best videos for me. You know what I'm saying? I used to rob cameramans all the time, bro. Led me in jail. Led to my homie getting killed. You know what I'm saying? Different shit. Like, that was a big risk I took multiple times. Same, you feel me? Like, it's crazy. Yeah, but that's a risk right there, a big one.
Now, just curious, why choose that route?
Because I ain't had no money. I wanted to have the best videos. You feel me? I wanted to shit on all these other niggas. I robbed motherfuckers, all type of shit. For money and shit, to get clothes and shoes and shit to look good in the video. You know what I'm saying? That's another risk right there.
But why camera people? Did you find them that they were more weak to rob than another type of victim, or it was just strictly because of the camera? You wanted
it was just strictly because of the camera. I didn't care who you was, how big you was, how small you was. This 30 gonna sit your ass down. That's just how it was.
Was it worth it?
It wasn't worth my homie getting killed over that shit. It wasn't worth me going to jail either. But shit, it happened. So I can't dwell on the past. Shit, gotta move forward.
You went to jail over it. Was it a charge you were able to beat?
No, I wasn't able to beat. Actually, it was one of the cases that I had got juvenile life on. Yeah.
And what was the actual charge?
An aggravated discharge of a firearm. He brought motherfucking pictures to court with gunshots in his door. His windows busted out, you know what I'm saying? He brought pictures to court of my videos on YouTube with guns in my videos and me dissing Lil Mouse on the Chicago artists, all type of shit. He was really trying to make it like it was really dangerous, or like he was really scared for his life. I needed to be off the streets. You know what I'm saying? That's how he came to court and made a scene to that judge. But I had already had 2 more cases. Possessing a stolen motor vehicle and a robbery, you feel me? So they all ran that together and charged me as a violent juvenile offender and a habitual offender, you feel me? But God working mysterious ways, you feel me? I went to jail, right? God knew I wasn't supposed to be in there. I went to jail, and no matter how shit go, what you do, when you get a sentence juvenile life, you gotta do till you're 21 years old. I'm the first person that ever in life got out at 19 years old on a juvenile life sentence. I went in there and they altered my time into the system wrong, you feel what I'm saying? So it's their mistake on their end. And I got out when I was 19. They altered my time into the system wrong. So now I made it eligible for like violent juvenile offenders and habitual offenders to get cut time on a juvenile life sentence. Like, look that shit up in the statute. Isaiah Dukes, that's me, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit real.
What age were you when you were actually sentenced?
I was sentenced. I was 15 years, matter of fact, I was 16 years old. I went in June 17th. My birthday was June 3rd. I just had turned 16. And I got out when I was 19.
How long into that sentence did you actually find out about the mistake and that you were about to get off?
Probably like 2 years and some change. They brought me down to the little office and shit. I was happy as hell, you feel me? They read me over the papers telling me this shit. So they like, we gonna get this back in court. So they started sending me packages and letters like every month, you know what I'm saying? Basically like explaining what this side said and what this side said and what happened. I was never reading the whole fucking thing, knowing what's going on. And then just one day the what the fuck you call that on the wing, my counselor came to me and she was like, okay, I got everybody new releases, new outdates and stuff like that. So she called my name. I'm looking like, what the fuck? You feel me? So I know my outdate wasn't coming no time soon. I was supposed to be getting out and down there. Well, how old I am right now? 2019. I was supposed to get out 2018. 2018, June 3rd. Yeah, 2018, June 3rd. That's when I was supposed to get out. I went in 2014, June 17th. I was supposed to get out 2018, June 3rd. But yeah, I got out, you know what I'm saying? She read that paper off to me. February 17th, I got out. And I was happy as hell though, you know what I'm saying? That was a blessing from God. He knew I ain't supposed to have been enough. So I got out, stand on top of my shit, focused every day like I told you, you know what I'm saying? Slept in the studio, you know what I'm saying? Ate in the studio, fucked in the studio. Everything was just happening in the studio. And I ain't leave that motherfucker until I was going to a label to get a deal.
So when this mistake was found, was it the actual court system that finds it and tells you about it, or was it your counsel that figures it out and sees what's going on?
No, counselors, they really just like tell you like what's going on inside the facility.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was really the court people that like really figured that out and got the information to the counselor and got it to me.
I see. So it's not like you were, so while you were locked up, you weren't like trying to study your case or study the law?
I wasn't trying to study none of that shit. I mean, I got out when I'm 21. I don't really give a fuck.
Because, you know, these charges had to deal with music industry sort of things like cameraman, and you talked about dissing other rappers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How did the community of Chicago, the music community, react when you finally got, did they outcast you? Did they embrace you? How did the Chicago rap scene treat you after you were released?
I mean, for the people that I didn't do nothing to, of course, they ain't give a fuck because I ain't do nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? But for the people that I did do something to, they going around like, don't fuck with Zay, don't do this with Zay, don't do that with Zay, he'll snake, he'll rob you, he'll do this, he'll do that. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to down me, you know what I'm saying? And put my name in the dirt. Didn't want to see me up there. You know what I'm saying? I prevailed, shit. I'm up here now. they mad.
Did you feel like you were blackballed?
In certain ways, but shit, this shit undeniable. Like, this music here, in every way, every genre. You can't stop this. For sure.
Do you regret that past of yours?
I don't regret shit I did. Everything I did was for a reason, shit. In my eyes, it happened, it happened. You either forgive me or fuck you.
Now, when it comes to your music career at this point, proudest accomplishment so far?
Say it again?
In your music career at this point, what's been your proudest accomplishment so far?
Shit, that I got motherfucking signed. I got a record deal. That's what I wanted, you know what I'm saying, out of my whole life. You feel what I'm saying?
When I asked you about Warner Brothers earlier in this interview, you kind of like shunned it away.
Yeah, that don't mean I'm signed to Warner Brothers, though.
Oh.
I said I got a record deal.
Care to shed some light on that?
Yeah, they gonna see when they see. Might be right, might don't.
Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, biggest failure so far in your music career? If that's the proudest accomplishment, the record deal, what's been the biggest flop for you musically?
I don't think I had no bad experiences like that yet.
Now, what's the biggest misconception of you? What's one thing people think about you, but it's not true? You as a person.
They just be like, I'm just this dangerous ass nigga that rob and shoot at everybody, and like, I'm just so reckless, and you know, but I ain't that person. I'm really, you know what I'm saying, like a stand-up guy, you know what I'm saying? I just really protect me and my family, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really a good dude. I give away all the time to people back in Chicago in the streets and shit like that. Like, I give back all the time. It's just that I ain't gonna let you go on me or treat me like no goofy. You know what I'm saying? Or try to down talk me or downplay me. None of that. I just ain't going. Period.
Craziest rumor you heard about yourself?
I was dead. Motherfucker. Hey, no, on some real shit. I got shot in 2013 before I went to jail and got the juvenile life sentence. I got shot and I got locked up. I got locked up. People ain't hear from me, ain't see me, none of that. So people were saying I was dead. Feel what I'm saying? It was all on the blogs, all type of shit. You feel me? The other day, people just saying I was dead. People saying I got shot, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Me and YF and Lucci was about to shoot a video, and shots rang out while I was on Facebook Live. So now they thinking I was dead or shot. Well, man, we don't condone that fuck shit. Niggas know what's up. For real.
That first time they thought you were dead because no one had heard from you.
Yeah.
How long did they think you were actually dead for before you actually resurfaced?
A lot of motherfuckers still thought I was dead until I just got out and dropped a new video. So it's years after that. You know what I'm saying?
What did that teach you? The first time, that rumor, when people actually thought you were dead and you saw people's reactions about you, what did you learn from that? What did that teach you?
I mean, it didn't teach me shit. It was just like really trying to put out there like I'm not fucking dead. Y'all want me to be dead? Like, stop saying this dumb, goofy ass, lame ass shit. You feel me? It ain't teach me nothing. I ain't learned nothing from it. I just wanted to get out there that I'm not dead. I'm still alive.
Now, stuff like that, when a rumor like that happens, you may see reactions from people that you weren't expecting. Did you see that sort of thing? Like maybe...
No, at that time, I wasn't big enough, you know what I'm saying? But now, I'm big enough. So when motherfuckers just saying this and that, you got Shade Room hitting me up, you got Rap Catch Up posting it, you got different blogs and sites, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you in that bracket with this type of industry ass shit, everybody gonna pay attention, you know what I'm saying? When you below, ain't nobody gonna pay attention or try to get your attention, none of that.
Well, just curious, on social media you might see comments from people you haven't heard from in a long time, or maybe people trying to call you or text you? Or
I got a lot of that yesterday. People trying to call and text me and shit. I want to ask and sometimes want to reply. But to the motherfuckers that's in my circle and that I know for real, like, yeah, I'm good, you know. Feel me?
is there a question people ask of you you can't stand, something you just hate to answer?
Is the Illuminati real? They ask me that all the time, man. I be like, man, I can't explain that. You know what I'm saying? I can't get into that. I haven't experienced that. You know what I'm saying? Stop asking me them dumbass, bitch-ass questions.
Do you care what people think of you?
I don't. That's why I dyed my hair brown. Feel me? Like, motherfuckers like, that's gay. Oh, you trying to be like Dirk, and all you trying to do this. I dyed my hair brown because I wanted to dye my hair brown. All the bitches liked it. You know what I'm saying? It was just a lot of hating-ass, bitch-ass niggas like, yo, big lip ass, oh, you ugly. What the fuck I supposed to be pretty to you, nigga? What the fuck is your problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was all niggas that's really hating. That's what niggas do, though. You know what I'm saying? The bitches loved it, though.
Now, have you always been like that, where you didn't care about other people's opinions of you?
I
or-
ain't never cared about nobody's opinion. I ain't get no fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never cared.
You honest when you say that?
I never cared.
What about music-wise? Do you care what people think? Not about you, but about your music. Is that any different?
I done got so confident. Like, back then, I used to be like, I don't know, folks. Check this out, see if this hard, see if this raw. You know what I'm saying? But really not confident, just trying to see what people's real reactions gonna be. You know what I'm saying? And I was scared for certain people's reactions. Like, if a person say, oh, this shit weak, I was scared for that to come out of a person's mouth. Like, it just made me feel so down. Like, what the fuck? When I said weak, I took hours writing this, you know what I'm saying? But like, now I'm just so confident, like, I can write anything or say anything and everybody gonna fuck with it, but I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I really put hard work and time into this shit. So I'm definitely confident, like, yeah, this shit a hit, it's fire. I know music, me personally, anyway, so I know what's what.
What are your keys to success? What are some things that make you successful at this point?
I mean, like, staying out the streets, you know what I'm saying? Focus on the career, on my career, staying in the studio, you know, talking to my family, being there for my family, and different things like that, you know what I'm saying? Keeping a negative energy away from me, you know what I'm saying? So anything that try to drag me down or pull me down, I don't gotta be worried about it, you feel me? I can just really, really focus. That's what you gotta do, focus to be successful and really put that work in, grind mode.